rhythm with the jump shot yet today, able to drive a few times, but look at her and Worcester to get back in rhythm with that jumper.
And they get it into the corner, into Nielsen. Nielsen out to Johnson and over to the right elbow, back to Nielsen. Nielsen with the kick out, shot goes up by Abby Johnson, and it's going to be another air ball. And that's not usual for her.
No, it's not. You can see this team great at moving the ball against a zone. It's so fun to watch these two teams play each other because you know they both have great defense in practice, and that's what makes your offense better, and they're showing that off.
King with the basketball. She gets it over to Anderson and back over to Worcester, over to the left elbow to Lamy. Back out up top to Cooper. Cooper's going to dribble over to the right side and give it to Worcester with 14 on the shot clock. She'll move it back over to the left side. She gets it down low to King. King back to Cooper. Cooper with the left hand, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Abby Farmer. Farmer to Moskrip. Moskrip taking it down the left side and back out up top to Abby Farmer. Back to Moskrip on the left elbow, looking into the paint, nothing doing, so she'll get it to Souvenir. Souvenir gets it in, she puts it up, no good, front iron, but she is hacked in the act. She's confident in her ability to get to the rim.
I think Souvenir, she has a sneaky ability to dribble the ball. You know, she really doesn't look as fast, even though she's a guard, but she has a great handle and able to, you know, she's shown against the zone. And now with one of the better defenders on the floor right now, Sarah Lamy Gardner, goes right at her and draws the foul. Not a lot of contact, but just enough.
Souvenir with the first freebie makes it 18-11. 8:09 left here in the half on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Souvenir puts it up, no good. Lamy with another rebound. She's going to bring it up herself and across the timeline through the middle. She's going to hand off to Bree King. King with the basketball. She looks to move to the left side. Back out up top to Lamy. Lamy down low to Cooper. Cooper working on Blackman. The turnaround puts it up, no good, but gets the quality foul on Blackman.
Yeah, and they're really not allowing a lot of contact inside the key right now, which is paying off for both teams, getting a lot of free throws, but they're going to look to keep getting it inside to Cooper if that's going to be the case for the rest of the game.
So you're probably going to see Blackman check out again. Cooper, nothing but the bottom of the net. Bookout and Holmes check in. Anderson and Worcester check out. Savannah, big no with an injury. Big hit to this team. She's playing such excellent basketball.
Yeah, 19-point game, hitting some threes. Last time we saw her here.
Johnson to Moskrip. Moskrip over the left elbow to Turner. Turner back to Moskrip. Over to the elbow to Souvenir. Moskrip back to Souvenir. Into the corner. Shot goes up and no good. Rebound's going to be pulled out of there. Another one by Lamy on the Burlage miss. So they work it down low to Holmes. Holmes back to King. King into the paint, kick into the corner. Holmes up to three, this time an air ball. Souvenir with the rebound. As gets it, kind of just threw it out there, and Burlage is able to track it down. Dribble drive penetration by Souvenir. Souvenir with the kick out to Turner. Back to Souvenir to Turner. Turner thinks again as she gets it back to Moskrip. Moskrip with 12 on the clock gets to Souvenir. Souvenir with the bounce pass into the key. And there's going to be a reach on Haley Turner.
You know, you see the contact in the key is going to draw the foul today. That's why they're going to really push to get the ball to that high post or even down to the block if you can. And it's one thing that LC State is going to do with players like Haley Turner, 6'1" senior, using that body.
Fouls on Cooper, her first, team second. They're going to work it out to Souvenir. Works it around. Moskrip with the basketball, working on Bookout. She's going to go down the right side and then the kick out. Good catch up D as they get it out to Johnson. And Moskrip goes baseline, puts it up. It's an air ball. Bookout with the rebound. She hits the outlet, Worcester. Worcester's going to bring it across the timeline. She'll bring it back over to the right side. She gets into the paint. And the kick out, gets knocked away. Good defense by Abby Johnson to Souvenir. Gets fouled by Worcester, but gets called on the body. That might be Worcester's third.
And Worcester frustrated on the drive. forces the turnover, just not able to get the pass. Got it tipped as she was
Luckily,
driving.
just the second on Worcester.
And they come back down in transition off the turnover. Tries to get back on defense. Gets the block, but some more contact right there under the rim.
Souvenir makes the freebie to make it 19-12 Bulldogs on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. This one no good. Rebound pulled down by Lamy. Lamy having a heck of a game on the glass. She works it down the right side. I'd like to see a shooter get hot. Typically when Bree King gets a chance at a rush, she usually comes back in firing. Book out with the shot, no good. And that's going to be Cooper for her second.
And from behind, trying to get that rebound. Looks like she made some contact.
Darby Shy checks in, Cooper checks out. Looks like Anderson's book out will check out.
Montana Western coming out in their press zone.
6:02 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. 19-12. As the Lady Warriors have the basketball, back into the hands of Callie Moskrip. She'll take it down the right side and get the Souvenir. Fires up the triple. It's an air ball. Worcester with the rebound, and she's going to bring it up. Gets it across the timeline and over to Lamy. Lamy's going to go baseline. Tries to put it up, gets knocked away, I believe, by Turner. And then Moskrip back the other way. She's going to take it down the right side, but then the kick out, they work it back over to Souvenir. Kind of throws up the crazy shot a little bit. But she's rescued by her teammate, Burridge, who gets it back out to Moskrip, puts shot up, no good. Worcester almost had it saved with toes on the line.
And
this is usually where you see Bree King go off.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit of a breather, comes in for Lamy.
And this Montana Western team could use the spark on offense right now. Been out of rhythm the last few possessions.
But the defense have been playing solid. They're working around the perimeter. Moskrip's going to take down left side. She's going to hand it off to Berland. Berland can't find an open look. She gets it back to Moskrip. Moskrip to Berland. Berland down the right side working on Worcester. Shot goes up, and it's good. Turner with about a 16-footer and buries it.
Doesn't need much room, just hits it right in rhythm. Good shot from
That's
Turner.
hard to defend if you can make that shot. A little full court pressure by the Lady Warriors. They get it in the hands of King. She splits two defenders, gets in the paint. Oh, can't get it to go, but had the teardrop that usually works, and you just can't stop that, though.
Using that athleticism, bounces around the rim, unfortunately.
And just goes down the baseline, shot goes up, no good off of Turner. Front iron can't get it to drop, and it's going to be back the other way with the Lady Bulldogs as they bring it across the timeline. Back out up top to Anderson. 4:19 left in the half on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Shy's going to hand off to Anderson, steps inside the three, puts a shot up, gets it to go. And if she catches fire, it could be dangerous.
Can really spread a defense out if Anderson's shooting the three ball well.
21-14, 4 minutes left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Lady Warriors working around the perimeter, slow it down just a little bit as they get into the hands of Moskrip. Moskrip works it over. They work it back to Worcester. Worcester down the left side. Works to Anderson. Anderson back to Worcester. Worcester gets into the paint. The kick to Shy. Shy back out up top to Anderson. Anderson pulls the string. No good. Shy tries to get the rebound but knocks it away. And then Moskrip's able to corral it. But she'll bring it up and across the timeline. Down the right side. They'll work it over to Turner. Turner back out up top, over to the elbow as they get it to Johnson and then down low. And that's sealed off as Turner has to kick it back out and gets it right back on the block. Picked up the double team, and King's going to outrace everyone and go down the right side up off the glass. Misses, but Holmes is able to pick it up, doing the Johnny on the spot, and Bree King just can't buy a break right now.
No, having a tough time finishing these layups, and it's a lot harder than it looks, even though some layups may look open. Go up there and finish it softly off the backboard on a full
She just
sprint.
burned her defender down the floor. So 3 minutes left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard here in the first half. Lady Bulldogs lead 21-14. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Kent Graham and the guys at East Bench Grain wish you and yours the gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness may be yours this holiday season. Best wishes for a wonderful holiday season and a new year filled with peace and happiness. They want to thank you for a great year and look forward to serving you in the new year. Kent and the crew are always available. East Bench Grain. You grow it, they ship it. Give them a call today, 683-5044. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
It's only 38-3 NDSU.
Defensive battle, I'd say. Jeff Gorman from McDonald's here. Have you tried our great
I think you'll see the second string most of the second
double
half.
sausage, double cheese, bacon and egg on a muffin biscuit warm McGriddle.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
$1 any size popper coffee is still here.
4 to 4 in the second quarter.
$2 and 2 medium, 10 seconds. $2 mochas, lattes, smoothies, and shakes too. Save money and try the new triple stack at McDonald's in Butte, Rocker, Deer Lodge, Anaconda, and Dillon. I'm loving it.
And welcome back to live action here at the Straugh Gymnasium in a defensive battle, even though the offense has been moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah, it really has been a defensive battle, and you've seen a wide array of defenses. Just in 2 quarters, both teams have pressed. You've seen a zone from both defenses, and you've seen man-to-man. So should be a fun game to watch.
Holmes misses the first, makes the second. One of the things these Lady Bulldogs do struggle with is free throws. They work it up with Mosgrip. She's caught behind the timeline, though. Finally is able to get it, it's knocked back around, and then get the over and back.
Wow.
And it definitely was because it was hit off the hand, then off the knee, and then went back the other way.
Yeah, there's no doubt that it went off of her last to go over, and they wanted the tip.
Right.
A defender tipped it.
But the tip tipped it into her, and then it rolled across. So good defense. It was like blood in the water once they saw her stop just before the timeline. King into the corner. Holmes with a little more offensive obligation this game, which is great to see. And Britt Cooper also. She just can't get that one to fall, but nice to see her be a little more just looking for a shot.
Yeah, I agree. Just seeing her aggressive, coming out and shooting mid-range jumper, getting the board, then shooting a 3 right after. Just that sequence, you like to see her competitive on offense.
22-14 with the Bulldogs lead. 2:24 left on the Mountain Irrigation scoreboard here in the first half. Nice move, kind of coast to coast by Delaney Henry, who just checked in and said, I'm going to take some shots.
Got the over and back call and came back and said, I'm scoring this time.
And they work it down over to the left side. King's going to get into the paint, and the kick out to Worcester. Worcester off the left side with the scoop under off the glass.
Under the arm. Tough shot from Worcester.
Does that fall into the ugly but effective?
Yeah, I think so.
Back into the corner to Berlin with the air ball. And Lamy with another rebound. Hannah Berlin with the miss. Back the other way comes Lamy. Lamy at free throw line to King. King with the open look 3. No good. Can't seem to get it going quite yet. Turner with the rebound. She hits her outlet, which is Mosgrip. Mosgrip back to Turner. Turner's going to bring it back over to the right side. She gets it off to Berlin. Berlin looking over to the right elbow and then into the corner. Henry back out up top as they work it all the way back over to the left side to Mosgrip. Mosgrip working on Lamy. She's going to work it down low. Shots up, and nice look there by Haley Turner.
Haley Turner really been aggressive on the offensive end, trying to get that shot right in the middle. And that's her second jumper right there, and she's been trying to hit them all day. I think she's going to be getting back to it.
King with the basketball. She's going to kick it out to Holmes. Holmes puts a shot up, in and out, no good. Cooper almost had it, but she's knocked away by 2 different Lady Warriors, and back the other way with Mosgrip with the basketball. Mosgrip over to the right side to Berlin. Berlin down low to Mosgrip. Mosgrip throws it. Lamy steps in the way. And have been impressed defensively so far with Sierra Lamy. Bree King bringing it up and across the timeline. She's going to work it down the right side. Hands it off to Paige Holmes. Holmes gets caught with the double team and then the kick.
And there's where you see that length in the double team. When you get 2 girls that are long like that, you have to reverse dribble instead of try to pass out from one side, or they're going to stop you and lock you up right there. And got the kick ball on that possession. Great play from Berlin.
Shy checking in for Cooper, probably for 2 reasons. 1, you don't want a cheap foul, and 2, get her a little bit extra breather here for that half coming up. Lamy with the basketball and 6 on the shot clock.
And Lamy, she's really out of rhythm, came out on fire on offense, but she's just kind of one moving. You know, if you get one more cross or maybe one more hesitation, I think she'd be able to get some scores, but she's just kind of forcing it one way.
And called for the offensive foul there, her second. 5 on the shot clock. Berlin gets into the paint, puts it up left hand, no good. Darby Shy with the rebound, and that'll do it. So after 1/2 of play on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard, the University of Montana Western 24, the LC State Lady Warriors 18. We'll be back in 4 minutes for the Papa T's halftime show. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
It's that time of year again. All the folks at Intermountain Irrigation wish all of you the very best holiday season, and thank you for your business this past year. They will be there next year to give you great service and products for all your irrigation needs. Call them at 683-6571. They are there to help you, even on weekends. Again, happy holidays from all the crew at Intermountain Irrigation.
Hi, this is your local Farmers Union agent, Judy Sealy. Youth activities build better community involvement and character. That's why Farmers Union Insurance has invested in youth by becoming a corporate sponsor of the Montana High School Association. What better way to invest in Montana's future than its youth? Locally, I'd like to wish our local sports teams, the Beavers, Bulldogs, Bears, Falcons, and Panthers, good luck this season.
Right.
And like, I don't know how we're gonna, because you can't really.
Reach your peak with Ortho Rehab. Our highly trained
I'm really not sure.
And Sheriff Harris work closely with their patients recovering after surgery or suffering from pain or injury. Whether you're a senior enjoying life to the fullest, a weekend warrior, or an elite athlete, Ortho Rehab will empower you to achieve your best through the benefits of physical therapy and sports medicine. Stop by 201 Southside Boulevard across from IGA, or call us at 683-3675. Reach your peak with Ortho Rehab Physical Therapy.
Yeah, and she's a cheerleader. Yeah.
This is Shane Pooyer, branch manager.
I don't really know the whole story, but I think that him and
serving Montana
just kind of button
as Montana's largest privately owned bank. Stockman is proud to be your neighbor and looks forward to serving you for years to come. Stockman Bank.
I mean, he knew him from on the other side of the.
Yeah, I just don't know if that kid's been like all in for here, you know, like he's like still.
Well, you know, it's kind of a tough place at first. You think, you know, you'll deal with just about anything.
The store has great holiday savings and great gift ideas, like the 78-piece 1/4 3/10
when you got here and like a lot of the players are just kind of like changes.
And if you have diesel, you need diesel oil. Napa has Shell Rotella T480 15W30 for only $14.99 a gallon, and Shell Rotella T6 Synthetic HD5W40 for only $20.99 a gallon. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
What can State Farm offer you? A lot more than just car insurance. Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Ted Ory. State Farm offers economical protection for all the things you need insured. Your home, your apartment, your life, your health, your business, even your recreational vehicles. State Farm offers the finest service your premium dollar can buy. So whether at home or on that special vacation, State Farm is there. Stop by at 24 South Idaho or call us at 683-2472 to discuss your insurance needs in that good neighbor State Farm way.
Dashing
1 minute.
A wish list in my hand, checking out the store. The good life is just grand. I found a gift for Mom and Dad and Grandpa too. The good life has great stuff to buy and you should get some too. Oh, jingle bells, now Grandma's singing too. Merry Christmas from the good life and happy holidays to you.
Come on into the Good Life, 2 South Montana Street, right here in downtown Dillon.
Merry Christmas!
The holiday season.
Last ad.
Mountain Supply Clothing Department has a gift for everyone. Fuzzy blankets, Montana mugs, home decor, and more. With our wide range of boots and shoes, cozy socks, and Wyoming Trader scarves, you're sure to have your bases covered. Have that hard-to-buy 4-person on your list? Take a look at our Huckleberry syrups, jams, and candy.
10 seconds.
Outfit, we have a great selection of fancy tees, stylish dresses, and classy Western shirts to make you look great at every occasion. Rocky Mountain Supply, your one-stop shop for all your Christmas shopping.
And welcome back to live basketball action from the Straugh Gymnasium. And Frontier Conference in full effect. go to Montana Tech on Tuesday, and then a lengthy road trip before we get them back here in January. But this will really give us a decent idea of how some of the power players in the Frontier Conference will really play out. And welcome to the Papa T's halftime show, home of the world-famous taco pizza. And what are you seeing, before we get into stats, what are you seeing defensively here on both sides of the floor?
I think you've seen the hustle from Montana Western. They're such a hard-working team on defense, and they've been able to cause a few more turnovers because of that. And that's against a very good offensive team. And not only is that on just their side of the half, but they're getting some with their press too. So to get some defensive stuff like that all the way in the press on an experienced team, that just shows how much hustle they're playing with. And on the other side, I mean, the zone has been tough to score against, and man-to-man LC, with their size and their athleticism, they can pretty much go man-to-man with any team in the conference, no matter how good your offense is. And they're showing that today, and that's why you see such low field goal percentages from both of these teams.
Well, I think the stats will show it. I only looked at it briefly, but I think we took a little bit better care of the basketball as well. And why don't you start us out with LC State's stats, if you don't mind?
Haley Turner, number 12, had 4 points, 2 rebounds, a block on 15 minutes and a half. Abby Johnson, she had 4 total rebounds, 3 points, and a steal for her. 2 points and 2 rebounds for Jocelyn Blackman, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for the point guard, Callie Monscript. Jamie Nielsen was able to get an assist on 5 minutes, 2 rebounds for Peyton Souvenir. Look for her to get that jump shot going. She only had 2 points on the day so far. And it looks like 1 rebound on 3 minutes for Abby Farmer, and 2 points, 1 rebound for Kiera Burlage. They shot 7 of 32, just 21%, and 1 of 12 from the three-point line, 3 of 5 from free throw. So a team like that probably going to shoot a little bit better from the three-point line coming out of half.
Oh, yeah.
And for Montana Western on the other side, Britt Cooper, she had 3 total points, 5 rebounds, and assist on 14 minutes. Sierra Lamy making her impact early and often, 10 rebounds, 5 points, 2 blocks, and a steal on 15 minutes. Great game from her so far. 7 points for Paige Holmes, who shot 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 50%. Not bad, even hitting 1 off the dribble. So good to see that from
and
Paige
the game's
Holmes.
leading scorer at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. 1 rebound and a steal for her as well. 3 points for Brianna King, 2 for Tori Anderson, 1 rebound for Brandy Bookout. Shannon Worcester always putting in work off the bench, 4 points, 2 rebounds on 13 minutes for her, and 2 rebounds for Darby Shy, coming in and playing some hard defense. They shot 9 of 32 from the field, just 28%. Not much better. You can see where the defense is coming in on both ends. They shot 2 of 12 from the three-point line and 4 of 8 from the free throw. So
ouch.
Not either of these teams shooting very well from the three-point line, and I think that's because they both have length. You always got a hand in your face. You see that on the defensive end from both sides.
Well, we're up 6 here at half, but if I had to pick, I think the Dairy Queen early favorites are pretty easy. Defensively, it's definitely Sierra Lamy, 10 defensive boards, 2 blocks, and a steal. And then offensively, really Paige Holmes has been the one. Bree King just hasn't really found her shot quite yet. She's getting to the hole. She's doing all the things right. I really look for her to do a lot more here in the second half, because you got to be pleased if you're up 6 and your best player really hasn't even got started yet. Mm-hmm. Britt Cooper's really done a great job of getting to the rack, just hasn't really got him to fall. And then I look to get Anderson a couple better looks from the outside. Yeah. And then I think we both noticed too that Shannon Worcester was struggling just a little bit, where she technically usually doesn't either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with length. You talked about it earlier. I think the length of this team really is pressing this University of Montana Western offense, but at the same time, both defenses put a lot of effort in, and they're trying to figure each other out.
Yeah, right now you can see these two great coaches just having a little chess match on the defensive end, and when you see a little water break in the dam, that's where it's going to be. Which one of these teams is going to catch rhythm on the offensive end? Because if one of them does, it could be, lighting it up from the 3, inside, outside. They have that ability on offense. So I think it's just going to be who catches fire here in the second half.
Well, it looked like they really wanted to somewhat tire out the bigger forward center combinations that they have over here for LC State. They wanted to run a little bit more, press a little bit more, and then go right at them. But, overall, it doesn't look like, both coaches managed that pretty well. I don't see a lot of people in foul trouble, too, here and there. Yeah. So, as long as you manage that okay, you should be in good shape. But also on the same end, really keeping Blackman, she only played 9 minutes. She's their girl to go to. So, and like you had said, Souvenir also held in check. And Hannah Berlin does a great job off the bench of this team as well. And she was kind of held in check. In fact, I think she was 0 for 4. So look for all that to change here shortly. Any last words from yourself?
I don't know. I know that both of these coaches are going to have some good words. Coach Brian Orr, 18 years. You see him every year. He's a vet. And you know that this team's going to come out and they're going to have some things to say about that field goal percentage.
Well, and we've got about a little over 4 minutes here before we get back to the second half. Got a good one here. 24-18 is the count. We're going to take about a 4-minute break and get you right back to live action from the Straugh Gymnasium. University of Montana Western leads 24-18 over LC State. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
You know that Devers Excavation and Aquatics are proud supporters of the Dillon Beavers and Western Bulldogs. But did you know that they also support many youth and community programs? You know that Devers specializes in ponds, stream restoration, and waterfalls. But did you know that they are experts in irrigation products, foundations, septic, utilities, roads, and all other excavation contracting? Call Devers Excavation and Aquatics for all your excavating work and get to know Southwest Montana's professional excavating company. 683-3560.
In this season of reflection and celebration, we want to express our gratitude for your continued support of student success. This is Roxanne Engeland with the University of Montana Western Foundation. From all of us on the Montana Western campus, thank you, and we wish you a happy holiday season. If you'd like to learn more about the Montana Western Foundation, please contact 406-683-7305.
Bob and the crew at Jerry Wessels Les Schwab Tire Center want to thank all of Dillon for a great year and wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you're a little nervous about that trip to grandmother's house this holiday season, stop in at Jerry Wessels Les Schwab Tire Center. They have the best snow tires and chains you'll need. Get prepared for holiday travel. Stop in for a free 6-point inspection check today. That's Jerry Wessels Les Schwab Tire Center of Dillon, 683-8884. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the crew.
Experience the high-octane fun at Sparky's Garage. Sparky's has an outstanding menu featuring their famous smoked barbecue, burgers, homemade soups, and salads. With a full bar, you can enjoy your favorite cocktail or enjoy a beer from their selection of 20 beers on tap and try your luck in their casino, all while relaxing among an incredible collection of classic memorabilia. Sparky's Garage is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week for your dining pleasure. Sparky's Garage in Dillon or at 222 East Park in historic Uptown Butte.
Beaverhead Livestock Auction is a proud sponsor of all sports in Southwest Montana. They take pride in being loyal supporters of kids of all ages. They're behind the Beavers, the Falcons, the Bears, the Panthers, and the Bulldogs. Give Beaverhead Livestock Auction a call today and have them help you market your cattle. Beaverhead Livestock Auction, just 5 miles south of Dillon. Call 683-2002.
You have plenty to worry about when you're managing a business. Your employees are seeking more from their benefits package and your budget may be tapped. When it comes to finding the right balance to achieve your objectives, it helps to have someone on your side. This is Alyssa Creighton from Payne West Insurance, and I will work with you personally to customize a Blue Cross and Blue Shield plan that meets your needs as well as your budget. Call me today at 683-6881. Agent is independent of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana.
Ram.
1 minute.
And from fishing on the Big Hole, hauling livestock, hunting on the Divide, or traveling to local sporting events, Mile High Motors can outfit you. It's not what's claimed, it's what's proven. Check out the miles per gallon, length of powertrain warranty, and horsepower. Only Ram delivers this kind of muscle. That will thin out the herd real quick. Get a better truck, better deal. But you better hurry. Guts, glory, Ram.
Yeah, Gordon's out for 2 or 3.
Putting Ram dreams in pride.
You do have a good backup, too.
Last ad.
Supply here to send a message of Thanksgiving and holiday spirit from our family to yours. As our lives end up this holiday season, let us take a few minutes to reflect on our many blessings. I am thankful to live in Montana, USA, the last best place. I am blessed with a beautiful family, a business full of the best. 10 seconds. We are thankful for our valued customers. If there's anything we can do to make your day, never hesitate to call Lakeland Feed and Supply, 683-5197.
And welcome back to a live basketball action for the Straugh Gymnasium. Got a great Frontier Conference start here. University of Montana Western up 24-18. And most of what we've seen, I mean, our girls, I think, are averaging almost 80 points a game. Here we are with 24 at half.
Yeah, you saw a pretty high-scoring first quarter, and then that second quarter, both of these teams just locked down on defense, and it was not very high scoring.
8-7 in the second?
8-7, not even 10 points for either team. So that's some pretty lockdown D.
Well, both coaches do such a good job of making adjustments. Lady Bulldogs will start with the basketball. They'll take it from right to left on your dial. King's going to bring it up and across the timeline. She gets it over to Coop. Coop up top. She gets it over to the right side, and she gets to Lamy. Lamy finds the lead to drive, goes up left side, gets it blocked. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by LC State.
Personally, I'd like to see Lamy look for that jump shot off the screen. Right when she gets the pass, she gets a screen.
Anderson to inbound. Gets it back out up top to Holmes. And then back to Anderson. Holmes up top. Back the other way. She gets to Anderson on the left elbow. And, Anderson tries to force it down low. And it's picked off by Blackman. And back the other way come LC State Lady Warriors. Lady Warriors go down the left side and then gets it right back up top to Turner. Turner to Moskrip and then down low to Blackman up off the glass and good for two.
And it doesn't look like Blackman has done much on offense from stats, but she's used that size to get a few easy layups.
And the same, she's kind of missed a few bunnies that typically you'd think would go. I believe they called Jimmy Nielsen on that.
And I think it's just an off-ball foul, just a little bit of a push, too much contact.
Almost kind of a hook and then wriggled free and called for a push on the getting free. Holmes over to Lamy. Lamy gets into the paint. Kick out, back over to King. King back up top to reset the offense. To Anderson, to free throw line to Lamy. Back in the corner, Anderson for three, no good. Blackman with the rebound, hits the outlet to Moskrip across the timeline. Moskrip from free throw, back out to Nielsen. Nielsen to Blackman, over to the left elbow to Nielsen. Nielsen to Moskrip. Moskrip working on King. Gets it over to the right elbow. She gets it back into the hands of Abby Johnson. Back out up top, dribble drive penetration, gets into the paint. Puts the shot up, no good by Jamie Nielsen.
And Nielsen likes that shot. She'll drive with her right hand, get like right inside the key, half spin, and then come up with the jump shot, and that one almost goes.
Moskrip to inbound, gets it over into the corner, and then down low, nice isolation down low on the block to Turner. Turner just catches, goes up strong, and cut it to a 2-point Bulldog advantage. King goes to get some, misses the shot, but she is hacked in the act, so she'll go to the charity stripe.
And they're going to call...
She just went quick off that first step.
That's the nice thing about having that athleticism that Brianna King has is if she decides she wants to try to get to the rim, she's usually going to be able to do that off the dribble, get the contact, and hits the first free throw.
Shots up and good by King. That'll make it 25-22. Bulldogs with the lead. 8:13 left in the third quarter on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Getting a little moisture off the floor. So 8:13 once again left here in the third. King up and good. That'll make it a 26-22 ball game. We'll get it into the hands of Moskrip. We'll bring it across the timeline. Works it down low to Johnson and puts it up with the pull and pop.
Didn't really see much of Abby Johnson on the offensive end in the first half.
And she's a mismatch problem too. You don't have the right person on her, she can get her shot off pretty quick and has some range. Lamy, free throw line, down low to Cooper. Cooper turns around, gets the roll.
Cooper doing a great job with the nice little baby hook over the left shoulder. That's the shot she likes to take.
Moskowitz called for the travel. Slid the pivot foot, it looked like.
And player like Paige Holmes all in your face from half court down. It's going to cause you to make turnovers like that. Great defense from Paige Holmes.
28-24, 7:32 left in the third quarter. The Bulldogs to basketballs. They get it up top to Lamy. Lamy to Cooper. Cooper give and go to Lamy. Lamy down the left side, left hand off the glass. Hit for two, and that's something Coach saw at halftime right there.
Yeah, great cut from Sierra Lamy.
King with the steal, and she's able to pick it up. Little help of Paige Holmes, and she's going to get the hoop and the harm, and she's got the fans loving it.
Great defense, knocking the ball away in transition, comes back, picks it up, and says, you know what, I think I'm going to go get this layup. Goes dribbles by one defender and gets fouled by the other. Great play from Brianna King.
That'll make it 32-24. Bree King will go to the line for the end one. 7:08 left here in the third. That's going to be the third foul on Callie Moskowitz. Shots up and good by King. And she's definitely looking to show her off.
Wow, quick travel call.
Lamy catches it and then flips it, but she's called for the travel.
And she was falling backwards when she caught it, and I think she may have landed on her butt and slid a little bit, taken a few steps before she threw it away. It's going to be a travel call, but the transition defense causing turnovers already.
Keeping that hustle alive. So LC State with the basketballs, they work it around over to the left elbow and then into the corner. From Souvenir to Abby Johnson. Johnson, who's going to get it over to Farmer. Farmer working on King over to the left elbow to Nielsen. Nielsen over the right elbow. Souvenir with the deep three. In and out, no good. King gets up and knocks it away, but into the stands. So it's going to stay here with LC State.
Montana Western in a 2-3 zone right now.
And the inbound goes in to Abby Farmer. Farmer over to the right side. Gets it over on the elbow to Nielsen. Back. I think they should go back to Abby Johnson, and they do. She seems to be really got the hot hand.
And the pass, the cross-court pass from a wing to the opposite block is always open in 2-3 if you're not in the middle, and they execute it right there perfectly.
Lamy with the basketball, works it over to Cooper. Cooper's going to bring it, hand off to Lamy. Lamy, Cooper, Lamy for three. It's up and good.
Great shot.
It's actually like a double screen. Left her wide open for the easy pull and pop to make it 36-26. They cut her off in the trap, but she's able to get it out to Nielsen. Nielsen, and forced down low by Souvenir. Pulled away by Anderson to King. King across the timeline. Gets into the paint and then up by Cooper. It's up and good. The Lady Bulldogs are on a heck of a run right now.
Brianna King feeling it on offense, and they're in their press defense already.
And it's mostly the defense that's helped out. Good help defense. They go baseline, but I think they're going to get Coop on the foul. We're having a small party in front of us, so it's kind of hard to see.
It looks like that one's going to be on Sierra Lamy, actually.
Her third.
And those are the two players you're going to want to watch for foul trouble, Sierra Lamy and Britt Cooper.
Shots up and good by Haley Turner. Or Blackman, I'm sorry, is on the line.
Blackman and Cooper, that is a dynamite matchup down low. Probably two of the best bigs in this conference right now.
And shots up and good. So make it 38-28, 5:23 left in the third quarter. King just speeds by everyone. Gets it down low to Cooper, up and good. And that's what speed does, it kills.
Great pass from Bree King.
They work to Farmer. Farmer across the timeline. down the right side, all the way into the corner. Nice handle as she kicks it over to Berlin.
And Berlin going to score, deflating that run the Montana Western Bulldogs were on, getting the foul and the layup. And that's one thing about a zone. If one person gets beat deep, it sets up your bigs to draw fouls, and you do not need that against a team with a length like the Lady Warriors have.
And missed the free throw, so 40-30. King brings it up and across timeline, gets into the paint. She went to pass it out, gets knocked out. And so with 4:54 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard, University of Montana Western leads 40-30. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Tired of paying a lot for store-bought bottles of water? Call the Culligan Man. He makes bottles disappear with a Culligan drinking water system. Enjoy great-tasting, triple-filtered drinking water while reducing odors, impurities, and chlorine taste. All for just a few cents a glass.
Over Thanksgiving
Call Culligan now and make all those bottles
wood, like long lengths for firewood.
Culligan, better water.
The guy who was unloading them, he was doing it under a power line.
Mark Hauser today.
One end of it swung up,
4:53.
hit the power line, and sent a surge and put us out of power. It was like 4 in the evening.
Beneath the hustle and bustle
till like
of holiday
7:30 or 8.
there is beauty in connecting with loved ones. There is no better way to relax and enjoy families with a great cup of coffee from Badass Coffee or a great pizza from Stage Line.
Oh yeah,
Pasadena staff at Badass Coffee and
that's her daughter's school.
Wish you all the beauty and blessings of this Christmas season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
What was it, 7.0?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, yeah.
And welcome back to live action at Straugh Gymnasium. University of Montana Western leads 40-30. 4:54 left in the third quarter. And Bulldogs really came out with team possessed a little bit.
Yeah, not shooting the ball great, but just going to get those layups.
Oh, nice block down low by Blackman. And almost saved by Peyton Souvenir, but not quite. Doesn't cut it.
And yeah, you see, that's the nicest thing about Brianna King's game is she might not be shooting the ball that well, but she just attacks so aggressively and can finish the ball that she's going to get into the teeth of the D.
She does other things so well. Worster with the basketball. She's going to bring it back out up top, reset the offense as they get it back to King. King gets it over to Holmes. To King for three. It's good. And that's what happens when she has someone aggressive on her playing D. You get a good screen, you're going to free up for three. So she might not be able to get to the hole like usual, but then you open up her three-point shot. And now the Lady Bulldogs are up 43-30. Into the paint, Souvenir with the left hand, no good. Push in the back and look like by Cooper. Cooper holds her own against Blackman, and it's pulled out of the by Holmes. Holmes to the net, gets good kicked back out to Worster. Worster had a look, but then she kicks it out to King. King gets into the paint, with the teardrops up and good. And she's like good old Vinnie Johnson of the Detroit Piston days. She's the microwave because she heats up quickly. And she is putting on a display here in the third quarter. You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her.
She can drive, shoot. She even had an open player right there, Tori Anderson on the wing, but went and got it herself.
Shot goes up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Worster. Back the other way. Brianna King will slow it down just a bit and bring it across the timeline. 45-30, Lady Bulldogs. 3:22 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. And then back out up top to Holmes. Holmes will pull it out and get it to King. King to Worster. Worster to King. King gets into the paint. Teardrop up and good. And they're just, these three guards are punishing them right now.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You know, as much length as LC Warriors have, these guards are so quick, they just can't guard them off the dribble.
And they're working around the perimeter. And then Coach is going to call a timeout because he's seeing exactly what I'm seeing. And you're seeing they're tired. Yeah. They need a little bit of a breather. 2:54 left here in the third quarter on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Bulldogs lead 47-30. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Vans IGA has the IGA promise.
I mean, you think about it. Abby Johnson, 6'2", guarding Worcester.
request.
That's just another. She's just out of the key.
Vans IGA is at the heart.
Anyone on the Bree King that isn't
Vans IGA cares about the Dillon community.
She's going to go right to the
local sporting events and local. 10 seconds. IGA's
looks like all their house
makes it a great place to shop.
Wow.
Vans IGA. Dillon,
I can't believe that road.
Vans IGA.
I know. There's one worse even too up here.
There's a kid.
And welcome back to live basketball action here from the Straugh Gymnasium. University of Montana Western really putting it on them here in the third quarter, putting a little space between them. It's now 47-30. It's been a lot of Brianna King.
Yeah, you see, we thought that the height and the length was really going to be the game changer for this game on defense, and it has, but not in the reasons we thought it was. You know, you have a 6'2" forward, Abby Johnson, guarding Shannon Worcester, who's plays point guard, and she can take her off the dribble, you know, and that just having her out there guarding a guard keeps her out of the key, which and that keeps away from the help for Brianna King. So anytime Brianna King beats someone off the dribble, there's no one in there to help protect the rim.
And this is where the Paige Holmes and the Andersons help you. They can play like guards, but they have great length, long arms. They play good defense, and they're doing it right now. Moskip with the basketball. They get her over the left elbow to Berland. Berland's going to bring it back out up top to Moskip. Back to Berland. Back to Moskip for three. Front iron, no good. Berland with the rebound. Back to Moskip, the Souvenir. Souvenir and left elbow into the corner to Moskip. Dribble drive penetration goes up a little too strong. And great rebound and putback by Kiara Burlage. I think it's Kiara.
Kiara, I would agree. I think it is Kiara.
And they work it over to Cooper. Cooper just past free throw line. Way on the left side. I think they're going to get Burlage for the reach.
And Burlage really put in good minutes off the bench. I agree with you. She's done a lot on offense and defense, coming in for the offensive board there on the last possession.
I see what Coach Ord has done here with the substitutions, though. He's tried to change the chess pieces a little bit. He's running kind of his long-armed guards as well now. Back out to Worcester for three. It's up and good. And just like we were saying, it's only a matter of time before she gets hot as well. And you've got to pick your poison at this point. And back over to the left side, the Souvenir. Souvenir with the basketball. She gets it over into the corner. Dribble drive penetration and the kick out to Moskip. Moskip back over to the left elbow and then down low to Henry. Henry back out to Burge. I think it looked like Tori got in front of her for the charge, but
so she came across the key to take the charge on the baseline drive. Didn't quite get there quick enough. They called the block. Doesn't look like Coach Woolley's too happy about it, but good aggressive drive from number 4, Hannah Berlin, 5'11" sophomore out of Spokane, Washington.
Good thought by Anderson. She almost got there.
And does pay off, missing the first free throw.
In and out, no good. Shots up, and that one good by Berlin. Yeah, you know defenses are good when two high-scoring teams like this can't find the bucket. But, I mean, here we are. It's 50-33 now, down low to Cooper. And Brianna King's really taking this game over in the third quarter.
And Cooper doing a great job with their footwork right there on the back cut, wide open in the middle of the key.
And they've got their guards in to break the press, and then back over. A little too strong by Souvenir. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Holmes. Holmes has really done a great job in this game. I don't even know the stats necessarily reflect it, but she's done a really good job defensively and pulled some defensive boards herself. And done a great job of beating the press as well. So back to King. King into the corner to Worcester. Worcester with the kick out. King with the deep three. No good. Rebound's going to be pulled out of there by Berland. Berland back the other way. Free throw line with the kick out. She gets to Henry. Henry to Berlin to Moskip. Moskip the basketball over to the elbow to Henry. Henry into the paint as she falls down and slips. Anderson to Worcester. Worcester across the timeline. Worcester's going to pull it back out. Gets to Anderson. Anderson left hand on the left side. Nice dish. As she gets it out the Coop on the right side, up and good.
Nice just float right across the middle of the lane from Tori Anderson, and they're coming right back on offense.
And the shot goes up, no good, knocked around, pulls it out herself. She tries to work it and gets knocked away. Burridge, and back the other way comes King, tries to put it up before the buzzer. And what a great third quarter for the University of Montana Western as they take a commanding 54-33 lead here in the third quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute. It's a good quarter.
Doctors Doug and John Krieger and the entire staff at Vision Source would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a blessed and prosperous New Year. It has been our honor and pleasure to help all of you this past year. We look forward to serving you in the coming year at Vision Source. 683-2611, 233 East Glendale. Doctors Doug and John Krieger and the...
Well, that sucks. That's same ad twice. I have to check that out and see what the heck's going on there.
Our patients this past year.
I'm sure somebody else is
you in the coming...
10 seconds.
683-2611, 233 East Glendale.
And welcome back to live basketball action. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and the Lady Bulldogs really an impressive third quarter as they put up 30 in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think we saw a little bit of the water break through the dam there, catching fire on the offensive end, and we'll see if
24 in the first half.
Wow, and the Warriors can stop that bleeding.
And LC State works around the perimeter. They work it down low. Shot goes up by Blackman, no good. She is hacked in the act, and it looks like that's going to be on Darby Shy.
Blackman, such a great job using her body down there and sealing off Shy. I don't think people really understand the footwork that goes into being, in that center position. You're just constantly fighting the whole possession to get your feet in front of or around the opposition. And Blackman does such a good job of just keeping her body right in the right position to seal off Shy, gets the foul.
Makes the first, misses the second, and it gets knocked away by LC State, so it'll be Bulldog basketball. So the inbound, and it's stolen away as they tried to force it into King. And then back out up top comes Moskrip. Moskrip down the right side, goes baseline into the corner. And then back over to the top to Souvenir. Souvenir down the corner as he gets to Turner. Turner goes baseline. Shot goes up, kind of a crazy shot, and then someone was called for the foul.
And Turner definitely going to be aggressive on offense. She was the aggressor in the second quarter. Didn't see her much in the third, but if she gets that ball anywhere around the key, she's going to try to either hit that jumper or go get a layup. Having that size, 6'1" senior.
They called that on Holmes, her third, and she missed the freebie. Turner did.
And LC State Warriors causing a turnover right there on the press.
And the rebound pulled down by Holmes. Turner missed both. King's going to bring it up and across the timeline. And the handoff over to Holmes, back to Lamy. Lamy on the left elbow. She's going to bring it up, and she's getting harassed and gets to Shy. Shy back to King. King with 8 on the shot clock. The book out. Book out gets into the paint and gets it stripped away. And then back over into the corner. Shot goes up by Berlin, no good. And it gets knocked around, finally squirts out. And it's still knocking around. Just the power of humanity. And I think that originally it was locked up by 2 LC State people at the same time. And then I think Bookout got her hands in there. And then we got the possession arrow, so worked out okay for us.
Both of these teams really want that multiple, 3 different players on the floor at once trying to get that loose ball.
King getting double teamed and splits it easy. Gets across the timeline as they set up the offense. Back over to Bookout. Bookout gets the free throw line. Another turnover, this time by Blackman with the steal. as they get it to Mosgrip. Mosgrip into the corner. Back out up top. Over to the right elbow. Blackman down low. Shot goes up. Nicely done. Haley Turner up and off the glass. Good for two. Brianna King with the basketball. She gets right into the paint. Pulls it up. Gets it to go. And the confidence is definitely back.
Yeah, that helps when you just can have one player down on offense, dribble right into the middle of the key and hit that jumper, get your rhythm back going. Definitely confident.
8:03 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Lady Bulldogs lead here in the fourth quarter, 56-36. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Andy Bartlemay, new owner of Big Time Sportswear Design. Try to find out about our custom design, screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items for your business, school, and events. Big Time has retail clothing, Letterman's jackets. We carry all high school and middle school fan apparel for the Bears, Panthers, Falcons, Cougars, and Beavers. Big Time Sportswear Design, 20 East Glendale.
Is that how many more games for the championship?
This is everyone who's playing one.
Oh, okay.
So 10
Hi, this is Mike from the Bank of Commerce. This holiday season, we'd like to take the opportunity to say thank you to our customers and community for the partnerships and friendships we have with you. We are grateful to work with you and cherish our relationships with you. We wish 10 seconds.
I think the winner of this does play the
Bank of Commerce, member FDIC.
Probably. And welcome back to live basketball action. Good little defensive set there for LC State, but still down 20. It's going to be a struggle to find a 20-point run.
Yeah, you saw him catch a little bit of momentum there on offense, breaking apart the zone. Let's see if they can keep that going.
Not too often you have a 6'2" guard that can bring it up across the timeline, as Johnson just did. She's going to work it down low to Burlidge. Burlidge with the kick out. And on the line was Jamie Nielsen. It's really funny, like, I mean, I see that in the NBA too. You're looking forward at the bucket, your foot goes back, yet you argue with the ref, your foot wasn't out. Like, how do you really know?
Yeah, you can't see. It's so
I know it's the competitive nature, but
yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah, you don't. And plus, a ref's never going to change a call.
Right, especially if you're yelling at him. Like, oh, you're right.
Till the end of time, people will argue that.
Royster to King. King to the free throw line. Gets it down low, goes up strong. It goes up off the, and what do you even call it? I guess support.
Shot
there you go.
Yeah, the support that holds up the, and it got blocked. It looks like it got tipped on the way up, and that's why she went up so strong with it.
And so we'll stay here with the Bulldogs. 8 seconds on the shot clock. King gets into the paint, kicks to the corner, Anderson for three. No good, and she's not found a rhythm yet today. Really played good defense, though. And they get right into the paint with Farmer.
And they're going to call a charge.
Cooper's so good at taking charges as well.
Abby Farmer, 5'10" freshman.
They're going to call it a block.
And it was a block.
Looked like it was a charge. She ran her over.
Good aggressive play from Abby Farmer out of Brookings Harbor, Oregon.
5'10" freshman card, and she knocks down the freebie to make it 56-37.
And if you're a freshman playing on a team like this, she must have the ability to play the game. So
she makes both to make it 56-38 Bulldogs on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Back out to King, or King back out to Lamy. Lamy gets into the paint, then the kick back out, then to King. King gets picked up on the double team on the zone. She's going to bring it back out up top. Good floor spacing by LC State, though, here in the fourth quarter so far. King working it all the way to 6 on the shot clock. Gets to Anderson. Back to King. King for the long three. Front iron, no good. Last touch by Cooper.
And you can
so it's going to be LC State's ball.
That zone doing exactly what it's supposed to. Keeping the Bulldogs out of the paint. Forcing some threes.
Farmer back up top to the freshly checked in Jansen Edmiston. She tries to scoop under, and that's going to be no good. Anderson with the basketball. She brings it across the timeline. She's going to work it back out up top to Bree King. The only thing they've done recently on offense is really whittle the clock away. because they're not playing very good as they had started. And that's way off, but Cooper with the rebound, left hand, no good. And we probably missed, 6 shots in a row now?
Yeah, not shooting a good percentage into the fourth quarter.
And the shot goes up, and no good on the 3 by Johnson. Lamy with another rebound. She hits the outlet, almost thrown away, but Brianna King would be a wide receiver if she wasn't a basketball player, because she's got great hands, good quickness. I mean,
yeah, always has the ball on a string on the offensive end. Great dribbling.
Anderson to King. King for 3. And couldn't have got any better of a shot without making it. It hit like back iron, was halfway down and popped out. So LC State with the basketball as they hand it off and go down low from Farmer. Pulled out of there by King. King with the bounce ball.
And tried to go with the long bounce, but it just didn't bounce up high enough as she thought it was gonna.
That would have been pretty.
And just took a long bounce out of bounds. Worcester not able to catch up with it, but last 3 Bulldog possessions before that have been contested 3, so you can see what the Warriors are trying
to force. Fans love it. Players love it. Coaches hate that long bounce pass.
Yep.
And that's why, though. It's such a tough one to get. And really, if there's someone to do it, it'd be her, that's for sure. Tough shot goes up, no good. The rebound's going to be pulled out of there by Abby Johnson. Tries to get it down low. It's almost stolen away by Worcester, but she throws it back out. They get it in the corner. 3 goes up, and it's no good by Burridge. It's pulled out of there by Abby Johnson. Shot goes up, no good. Long rebound. Back out into the hands of Abby Farmer into the corner. And I can't see through coach on it, but I think that was thrown up by Kiara Burridge.
With a tough shot. The up and under with 2 defenders around her. They had four offensive rebounds there, a couple just because of luck, a couple because Abby Johnson uses that size, finishes the tough layup, then the Warriors call the timeout directly after.
4:26 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Bulldogs lead 56-40. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Tom Miller and staff of Ari Miller & Sons wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ari Miller & Sons want customers to know that the staff appreciates your loyalty all these years. Tom wants to thank all his employees for their dedication and commitment. Ari Miller & Sons is a business that believes in integrity, honesty, and top quality service. They look forward to serving all of your excavating needs in the future. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Ari Miller & Sons. 683-2175.
I'm surprised you don't
for the holidays. All the folks at LS Ready Mix in Dillon want to take this opportunity to wish all their friends, neighbors, and customers a very happy holiday season. May your future be bright, happy, and prosperous. Call LS Ready Mix for all 10 seconds. 683-2101. Best wishes for the happiest holiday season ever from all of us at LS Ready Mix.
The more experience, the better.
And welcome back to live action from the Straugh Gymnasium, University of Montana Western, with the 56-40 lead here in the fourth quarter. 4:26 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. Bulldogs with 3 fouls, LC State with none in the quarter. Bulldogs to inbound to the full court pressure. And King's just going to beat 3 people down the floor, which certainly helps. Then puts up the short teardrop, gets it right back out to King. King's going to pull it back out, reset the offense. She's working on Callie Moskrip to Coop. Cooper back out over to Worcester. Worcester's going to go baseline. Tries to put it up and gets blocked and knocked out by Cooper to Holmes. Back. Shots in and out, no good by King. And the rebound's going to be pulled down and go back the other way.
And it looks like they were going to call the foul.
Before they ran into each other.
Paige Holmes and
Souvenir, right?
Yeah, ran into each other. The Souvenir traveled just before. It looks like she wanted the foul call, but.
And they give it to Cooper. Cooper across the timeline. Back to Worcester to King. 56-40. Bulldogs with the lead on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. 3:34 left in the ball game. Holmes to Lamy to King. Haven't called a lot of Lamy's number lately. Holmes with the basketball. Back to King. What a pass! Oh my goodness! Cooper up and off the right side.
It's over the shoulder, no-look pass to Britt Cooper.
Perfectly through arms, too. He thought it was a field goal if he saw it from there. And steal back the other way comes Holmes. Holmes with the step
with the contact,
the glass, gets the hoop and the arm.
And that's the
I really like what we're seeing out of Paige Holmes today.
Wow. Great pass from Bree King. And then next possession, Paige Holmes plays some hard defense, comes down in transition, just puts the shoulder down, gets the contact, and one layup.
And back iron, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled away by Emily Banks. Banks will get it to Moskrip. Moskrip will bring it up and across the timeline. That's one of the two best plays I think I've seen in quite some time.
I have to agree. For a highlight play, that's probably one of the best ones we've seen here at home in a while.
And just so perfectly placed in her hands.
Two defenders right there, and it went right by one's head.
And the view that we had, too, was right at it. And just bam, she hit home. It was good. Bulldogs lead 60-40
on the offensive end.
2:40 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. She gets it over to Lamy. Lamy goes down the left side. Kick back out to Worcester. Worcester to King. King to three. Back iron, no good. Rebound pulled away by Pageant. Pageant behind the back to free throw line. Back over to left elbow. Shot goes up by Banks. No good. Rebound by Blackman. Blackman right back up. Good for two. Gets to Worcester. Worcester to King. King's going to bring it up and across the timeline. Gets into the paint. The kick out to Holmes is not a very good pass, so gets away from her and with the unforced error.
And Bree King just being aggressive on offense. When you get in that lane, you don't want to pick up your dribble and jump because then you have to make a decision. She had to make a last-second one, not a great pass.
It's hard to turn off the aggressiveness when you're really feeling it. But at this point, coach is right in wanting to use some game clock.
Yeah, you really like to slow your offense down, and that's going to show the difference between an experienced team and an unexperienced team, how they can hold a lead.
4 on Cooper. Cooper will check out. Darby Shy checks in. 1:55 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard, 60-42. LC State to inbound. They get it right down low to Banks. Banks puts it up, no good. Rebound's going to be knocked around and finally pulled out of there by Blackman. She goes right up with it, puts it off the glass, and good for two.
And Blackman so strong down there in the post. She's been a known presence for the Warriors all day.
Souvenir called for the reach. So it looks like it's going to be Burlage checking in as well. Bulldogs to inbound to Holmes. Holmes will bring it up and across the timeline to Bree King. King will work the clock a little bit.
Going to take their time, set up a set offensive play. Almost gets the double team for Farmer.
And then back down the right side. That was pretty smart on their end. Lamy back over into the corner. And then the reach is finally called by Jamie Nielsen.
And a nice little pump fake from Shannon Worcester. Goes on the drive, gets the contact. That's going to give them 30 more seconds. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs want right now. Tick away that clock every chance they get.
And it gets to Shy baseline, back to Worcester. Worcester gets it back out up top to Holmes to King. 1:07 left on the Intermountain Irrigation scoreboard. 60-44 Bulldogs lead. King over to Worcester. Worcester down the right side. Gets it down low to Shy. Shy gets it ripped away from her. Odd to call it a jump ball though before that happens. So she was wrapped up by Burlage.
Tough pass from Worcester right inside the key.
Cooper will check back in. Shy will check back out.
Shy not happy with her performance there. Wishing she would have got her hands on that, but didn't look like Woolley was too angry about it.
Mossgrip into the paint. Nice kick out. 3 goes up and no good by Farmer. This time by Mossgrip. She nails the triple. It's 60-47. At least at the very end, it made a little something happen. So they'll pull it back out wisely, about a 4-second differential. Not quite 4. Bulldogs lead 60-47. What really turned it was a fantastic third quarter.
And good fourth quarter from the LC State Warriors. Played such hard defense coming out. I think if that's a 10-point game, it could be a close game at the end of that quarter.
King in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Farmer. Mossgrip with the shot, no good. So the University of Montana Western comes out with the victory as they lead, as they almost led throughout, it seemed like, for the most part. And the Bulldogs win 60-47. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the Papa T's wrap-up show. So the Papa T's post-game show, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why at Barrett Hospital and Healthcare, we offer 3D mammography. 3D mammograms reduce callbacks and significantly increase the detection of cancers, especially invasive.